Good to go? And tell them, okay. No, we're good. We're good. You can tell him. Tell him he can unmute me. Good afternoon and welcome into Cold Lake, Alberta, friends. I'm Tyson Dolany as we get set for this gold medal matchup at the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships between the Lakeland Jaguars and the Battle River Knights. It's my pleasure to have you along for this call here on both Dolany TV and Cold Lake Ice TV this afternoon. Multi-streaming off of that nice fancy TriCaster we got here in the Imperial Oil Place. So a fantastic opportunity to be broadcasting here for today's game in the big rink. My first crack at it all weekend long. Haven't even seen the Lakeland Jaguars as of yet this weekend. Last year we had a little bit crossover between rinks. This year the Jaguars able to make every single appearance of the round robin and the semifinals here in Rink 1 for the tournament's action. It's the Battle River Knights who will oppose them. They won their semifinal this morning in a thrilling 5-3 game against the 3Cs Coyotes, who gave them all they could handle right down to the last whistle. And now we will go to war here for this gold medal and the provincial banner for the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincial Division this season. As I said, it's been a long weekend here in Cold Lake, and what I'm telling you right now is I gotta say, it has been a job well done, and an amazing job at that by the host committee here in Cold Lake. All the volunteers, the tournament chair, the tournament board, everybody involved in making this happen, and of course the sponsors who stepped up to make sure the funds were there to make this tournament happen again for the second year in a row in this arena, as it comes down for the second year in a row for the Lakeland Jaguars in the gold medal game. They got it done last year, and now they'll look to see if they can get it done. Battle River, not here last year, looking to battle through and get it going this year, as they will look to take home the banner themselves. So we're just about ready for warm-ups here in Cold Lake, and obviously I'd like to really give a thank you now, as you know, it's been a long weekend. I know no, you're good to go, you're good to go. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Our instinct is what drives us. Our nature is what shapes us.
All right, and we've just had a lineup note here in the Battle River lineup. I've been battling, of course, lineup notes all weekend, not really getting a chance to do much prep work, doing all the behind-the-scenes graphics work and stuff that you see kind of on the thumbnails and the titles of the streams, and storing all that up there on YouTube. But it is, I've been saying all weekend, Cabritan, and it is actually hold on, I'm going to need them to re-explain that. I lost my train of thought trying to explain my whole situation. But I'll get that one going here in a moment. But I don't know how I've been saying that wrong all weekend, but thankfully somebody has come to correct me, and they'll come back to correct me, I'm sure. Hello, somebody please come correct me again one more time. Little last bumbles, we're trying to get them out of the way here before the gold medal game here in Cold Lake. The 5-minute warm-up is on the board, so we're expecting to see that here in a matter of moments. We've got on our ice here this afternoon our man Patrick Phillips, who had done the play-by-play here previously in this rink prior to Carter Simpson taking over for the rest of the tournament over here. I've got my two cameramen behind me, and of course we've got our eye in the sky, the bird dog, on watch here to make sure we are looking good with a 4-camera setup for this afternoon's gold medal game. And I would like to get this going one more time here in Cold Lake as we wrap it up, and of course wrap up the hockey season for the U18 Female B Division. Friends, I'm Tyson Dolney. I'm going to step aside for you right now as we will go off air for a few moments here before warm-ups get underway, as we are just trying to make sure. All right, here we go, friends. We are just about set for the entrance for warm-ups for the Lakeland Jaguars. We will have our welcome on the public address system here. And it is, I just want to make sure on that, on the 5-minute warm-up, we will have our welcome on the public address system here. And it is, I just want to make sure on that, on the 5-minute warm-up, we will have our welcome on the public address system here. And it is, I just want to make sure on that, on the 5-minute warm-up, we will have our welcome on the public address system here. And it is, I just want to make sure on that, on the 5-minute warm-up, we will have our welcome on the public address system here. And it is, I just want to make sure on that, on the 5-minute warm-up, we will have our welcome on the public address system here. And it is, I just want to make sure on that, on the 5-minute warm-up, we will have our welcome on the public address system here. And it is, I just want to make sure on that, on the 5-minute warm-up, we will have our welcome on the public address system here. And it is, I just want to make sure on that, on the 5-minute warm-up, we will have our welcome on the public address system here. And it is, I just want to make sure on that, on the 5-minute warm- name I was getting wrong. It's Cabri Tanton. There you go. That's what we need to know. I've been saying Cabri all morning. It's Cabri. And we will get this going here in a matter of moments. The Battle River Knights have hit the ice, and your first live images here from Cold Lake this weekend. This one will come out as the Jaguars hit the ice. You see our ice level cam run by Patrick Phillips this weekend. He's done a fantastic job for us as the Jaguars hit the ice here. A little wave on the screen there, back home to everybody watching outside of the rink this afternoon. I'm not sure who ended up throwing that wave our way, but you get it there. It's, of course, live on the big board here in Cold Lake, so if I can't see something, I should be able to see it pretty good on the Jumbotron here in Cold Lake. Once upon a time, I used to call that thing my baby, and you know what? It still feels somewhat like it is. Friends, we are going to get through the 5-minute warm-up here in Cold Lake, and then we'll be good to rock and roll. It's the Jags, it's the Knights at, well, shortly. At the end of this 5 minutes here as they wait to set the warm-up clock, get the net set up, and of course the boards sealed up from behind the Zamboni entrance there. I guess realistically, what is there to say? The Jaguars undefeated in the tournament so far, taking a win against every single Pool B team, and obviously creating that chaos that was that 2-1 mess throughout the division in the Pool B. Pool A, of course, the Jaguars were able to take home the win this morning over top of the St. Albert Rush. The clock now moving on warm-ups, and we are just moments away from getting this one underway. We'll read out the lineups one last time from Cold Lake. I haven't had many opportunities to do that here on Saturday and Sunday, but we'll do it again this afternoon because we got some time to kill. Friends, for those of you tuning in this afternoon who have caught me on Rink 2 all weekend, you would know this is my first time seeing the Lakeland Jaguars all weekend. They never crossed over to Rink 2, so keep that in mind as we'll go through their lineup just as I more or less can refamiliarize myself with last year's provincial champions for the U18 female B division. Number 4 is Barry Rosachuk, number 5, and if you've watched the streams, which I know those watching in Battle River have, you would have heard her name a couple of times in that intro video I played to all the streams over on Rink 2, Faith Donovan. Number 6, Miley in my jacket, I think. In my jacket. Sorry, there we go. Just getting interrupted here. Miley LaCourse. Number 7, Dacia Loden. Number 9, Emma Name. It's my Emco HVAC jacket. I don't know where it is. Number 11, Abigail Metchwitz. Number 12, Clara Krawchuk, as we're just trying to go through the last little notes here looking for something. Number 15, Brooklyn Vachon. Number 16, Brielle Sylvester. Number 17, Juliana Bateman. Number 18, Sydney Desjardins. Number 19, Sierra Nuttall. Number 20, Isabel Corey. Number 21, Ella Murphy. Number 22, Nicole Dugas. And number 27, Darian Desjardins, followed by the goaltenders, Kiara Quinney, and number 35, Ava Pinch. Sorry, number 30 for Kiara Quinney on your lineup card for this roster. So we are just about ready. We're going to get a little bit of different angles here for you live in Cold Lake, as that's the beauty of having a 4-camera setup. That is, to be honest with you, the most cameras I've ever worked with in my broadcasting career, and I only had to come home to Cold Lake to do it. Seems fitting. 2:20 to go here in this warm-up as we keep waiting to get things underway here in Cold Lake. You're seeing a couple of the different warm-up images here. The Battle River Knights at the other side of the ice getting warm as well as we will get going here, and it looks like I might have. Thank you so much. All right, this message passed on here from Cabri Tanton's mom. Awesome, I love it, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, so I won't, but I appreciate it. Thank you to the Tanton family for passing along this handwritten note. That's probably one of the more special things I've had passed along. That's right up there with the with the case of water I had handed to me. They're calling the St. Paul and Cold Lake series back in 2018. This just made my day, to be honest with you. And I really love the kind words. I didn't expect to bust up pre-game, but thank you very much for that. Means the world to me. And now we'll have the Jaguars crowd around the bench here as warm-up comes to a finish. That really just made my day, I must say. Really did. And there you go. Let's go read that Battle River lineup. Abby Chris in net for the Battle River Knights. She's had a heck of a tournament here so far. Again, I'm going to say a little bit more on Battle River because I've had a chance to see them a little bit more this weekend. Number 4, Dia Dury. Number 5, Paige Zimmer, who played hero there last game for the Battle River Knights. Number 7, Sydney Bully. 9, Emma Tufton. Number 10, Kaylin Brumwell, who's had a pretty solid tournament as well. Here's the thing. I'm going through and just picking a couple names to say things. I should really stop myself and go back around. The Battle River Knights as a whole team and as the individuals on that team have all had fantastic games and fantastic tournaments so far. So let's make sure I make mention of that. Alyssa Zimmer, number 14, in the white jerseys this afternoon. Samantha Holt wearing number 15. Riley Zamel having joined her team and scoring the opening game or goal of the game for the semifinal this morning, rocking number 16. Brianna Anderson wearing number 17 for the Battle River Knights. Number 18, Bailey Joseph. That's another name correction we got earlier this morning, and I appreciated that one as well. Number 20, Brooklyn Blatz. Number 36, Cabry Tanton, which we've gotten the correction on. Like I said, that made my day just a moment ago, getting that handwritten note handed to me. Number 11, Saray Thompson. And then, of course, we'll go through the coaching staff here. We haven't had a chance really on my side to talk about the coaching staff yet this weekend. But Jared Sylvester is the head coach of the Lakeland Jaguars with assistant coaches Brad Krawchuk, Amanda Quinney, and Chris Murphy. The team is managed by Anita Mechowis. For the Battle River Knights, his warm-up is just about concluded here, so let's get through this quick. Charles Bully is the head coach, Kelvin Tufton the assistant, along with Ted Jose and Kelsey Zimmer. Nikki Bully is the manager, and there's an assistant manager for this Battle River squad, so they get well looked after, I'm sure. Tracy Hall is the assistant manager for this squad. So Lakeland with their rockin', cheering there. They're wearing the black home jerseys for this afternoon's game based on record, not just being at home. And the Battle River Knights break up their huddle and come back to the bench and get ready for this one, friends. We are ready to rock and roll. And
good evening, hockey fans.
Let's do it, friends. This is going to be one heck of a finish here. We've watched two very good teams go at it all weekend. We're going to rise and do the land acknowledgement and the singing of O Canada. Pardon me if you hear a little bit muffled on the mic there. We've had some issues with copyright with the O Canada.
We acknowledge that what we call Alberta is the traditional and ancestral territory of many peoples, presently subject to treaties number 6, 7, and 8, namely the Blackfoot Confederacy, the Kainai, the Piikani, the Siksika, and also the Cree, Dene, Saulteaux, Nakota Sioux, Stoney Dakota, and Tsuut'ina Nation, and the Métis Nation people of Alberta. This includes the Métis settlements and the 6 regions of the Métis Nation of Alberta within the historical Northwest Métis homeland. We acknowledge the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit who have lived in and cared for these lands for generations. We are grateful for the traditional knowledge keepers and elders who are still with us today and those who have gone before us. We make this acknowledgement as an act of reconciliation and gratitude to those whose territory we reside on or are visiting.
All right, friends, I'm Tyson Olney. Good afternoon. Welcome to Cold Lake, Alberta for the site of the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships gold medal game between the Lakeland Jaguars and the Battle River Knights. It's been a long weekend. We're all tired. We've all been up way past bedtime this weekend, but we are ready to rock and roll and get this thing up and done with. Two teams, though, still trying to decide one big thing, and that is who's going to take home the provincial banner for the year 2023. The referees skate by the Jaguars bench and will settle in at center ice as the referee gets to center ice. There will be a little bit of a huddle there as they go give the fist pumps, and away we go. We are ready for puck drop at center ice. Skating in. It's Nuttall against... sorry, missed that there. Hold on. Zimmel. I was going to say Simmel. I knew that was wrong, and we're off and running with already a stumble out of the gate. It's into the Knights zone. This one chipped up off the boards, back to the blue line. Escapes Faith Donovan there, and it'll come back to the near side for the Jaguars to fire it in for Sidney Desjardins. Cut off there and picked up now for a brief moment in the middle. Backhand opportunity, fired wide of the net as it'll come to the near side and picked up now by the Battle River Knights. They'll try to get it out, and here comes Riley Zimmel down the ice. She toe picks there or something and ends up going down, and now Sarai Thompson will lead in against the Jaguars, cutting to the middle, making some open room. Score! Oh my goodness! Off the corner bar and out. 19-16 to go in our first good chance of the game. You heard me, I was just about to go full blown, but that unfortunately goes off the pipe for the Battle River Knights, and now Barry Rosachuk will carry in and fire a shot off the pads of the goalkeeper in net for your Battle River Knights. If you're watching back home in the Killiman Sedgwick area, Abby Chris. And that was a huge shot off the pipe there for the Battle River Knight. The best chance of this hockey game to start things off. And we'll have a face-off to Chris's left. Like I said, you're going to hear early on, I'm going to quite well know the Battle River side and not so familiar with the Lakeland Jaguars squad. Trust me, I'll get there. There's a lot of familiar names from last year, and it won't take long to jog the memory. Coming to the near side off the face-off in the Knights zone. It's chopped down there, and the Knights will be able to move it out and pick it up and get back the other way. Down into the Jaguars zone. Save made there for the Jags as they'll get it, pick it up in behind their own net and carry forward. Cut off there by the Knights for a brief moment as it bobbles around in the net, or in the near side corner. Fired off right in front. Save made. That goalie's stick chop was just a little bit misdirected there as it hopped right onto the stick of a Battle River Knight, and now Dacia Loden will pick it up and get it going. And of course, if you're watching back home from Lakeland side and I'm saying any names wrong, hey, just as I did earlier on the program with the Battle River Knights, if you want to come pass me along a note, I would definitely appreciate that. You heard what that did to me earlier. This one fired down the length of the ice, and that will be an icing call, our first one of the game. 17:56 to go here in the first period of play. We've got 4 cameras to show off this game for you. Trust me, you're going to see a lot of different angles. You're going to see a lot of action. You're going to see a lot of good times. And hopefully you're going to see a provincial champion crowned here in 60 minutes or more this afternoon. And I can guarantee you, in fact, that's the one thing you will see by the end of this game. As that's going to be fired down to Abby Chris there from the shot for Brielle Sylvester. Now the face-off for Juliana Bateman to the right of Chris. She'll knock it down and win it back for Sylvester, and it's tied up there and to the near side. Comes back, and Sylvester will once again fire the shot. Chris the save, picked up there and fired around the boards by Bailey Jose. This one will come out to the middle of the ice, all the way length of the ice. It's going to be on net, though, and not nice and call, and picked up and covered there with 17:29 to go in this first period of play. As this one will be a face-off to the right of the goaltender for the Jaguars. Didn't actually catch the number going in the net, so I'm not sure who's in there this afternoon. And I can't see on the bench who's on the bench. So if I knew helmets, there's different helmet colors, but that's something I haven't seen all weekend is the Lakeland Jaguars. Battle River Knights able to cut that one off. Sierra Nuttall had rushed it in for the Lakeland Jaguars, now picking up steam and coming ahead. The shot fired, goes up over top of the net. 17:06 remains here in this first period. Pace has been great so far, but we're only 3 minutes in and yet a long way to be decided here. Sarai Thompson picks it up behind her own net, and the shot will be fired back in behind and back to the middle of the ice. This one escapes, and the shot coming in from Tufton, fired through a crowd, and the redirected shot fired on by Riley Zamel. She can't get it through the goaltender, I guess I should say, and that'll be a stoppage in play with the whistle blown down on the cover-up. 16:44 to go here. The Jaguars, here's the other hard part. The Jaguars, obviously, as I'm unfamiliar, they don't have arm numbers, so that's going to make it a little bit more difficult as well. Neither team rocking the arm numbers in this one, so bear with me as I'm getting used to new sight lines. Obviously, too, we've got this netting here that you can see in Cold Lake all the way around the rink. One of these days, they're going to maybe get rid of it. I don't know. We'll find out, but making it a little bit more difficult on me than it was earlier over on Ring 2. That is fine and dandy. We won't complain too much because, hey, I get to do the gold medal game, and that's an honor and a privilege, to be quite honest with you. As this one's going to be coming back down into the Knights zone. They'll carry across and get to the far side blue line. Cut off there for a brief moment before it's batted back into the neutral zone. This one now picked up by Vachon. She'll get it in, fire the shot. Save made by Chris, and she will cover up. There we go. The Jaguars get a shot on net, and all of a sudden we thought we had a camera shot, but didn't have it there. You'll see a couple of those throughout the live broadcast. I'm sure then that's nobody's real fault. When you got 4 cameras, they're kind of hard to keep track of. I can barely keep track of one at most times, and I've done a lot of one-camera setups in my career. I've got 2 cameramen to the left and right of me doing a fantastic job all weekend. And obviously, you know how much I talked up the crew I had over on Ring 2. Well, the crew over here has done just as great, if not better, of a job. Because I will tell you, I bring down a broadcast like nothing else. And I'm not saying I do a bad job, but this one here for the Jaguars. Isabella Corey fires it in down low in the zone. Comes around to the near side boards. Knights cut it off there and try to get it out to the blue line. Sylvester had fired it in to keep it just in for a few seconds longer. This one cut off again by Isabella Corey. She'll get it over to Barry Rosachuk, who will carry through the middle. She backhands it in, and Emma Tufton will carry it in. This one will go to the far side as the Knights will manage to get it out, and here is Zimmel once again winding up. She's had a couple of chances to skate into pucks this game, and she definitely looks like she is ready to go for this gold medal fight. This one fired down low behind the net, picked up there by the Knights after the Jaguars dumped it in, and the Knights will once again try that far side clear. This one successful again. Sierra Nuttall cuts it off at the blue line, can't get it out. And with 14:40 to go here in this first period, Sarai Thompson fires one up over top of the net. That was a good looking chance, just couldn't get it below the crossbar. This one again comes towards the net, a rebound opportunity. And Thompson jumps on it, but Ava Pinch makes the save to stop that one and keep this game 0-0. So that was a dangerous opportunity. We're going to get the replay here. This puck bobbles right through, bounces off of Pinch's glove. I think she was potentially thinking she was playing it to a fellow defender, but that one lands right on the stick of Thompson. And now the shot coming from the blue line, blocked in front. Adia Dury had almost gotten that one through, but it had to replay it on the bounce back to her and got it down low into the zone for the Jags, as this one will be worked out. And the Knights will once again recollect in their own zone. Picked ahead by Sarai Thompson. Cut off there by Naeem. And she will get it out of the zone and back into the neutral. This one backhanded into the Jag zone now as they'll go chasing in behind their own net. Picked up there by Ella Murphy, and she'll carry around on the near side, now worked out to Vachon. She will get it in the neutral, and both teams now full well in that just feeling out process where they're trying to make a pass and break the play open a little bit to get something going in their favor. Name on the far side, getting it going along the boards, now picked up there by Juliana Bateman. She works it out, and it'll be a little bit of a 3-on-2 break back the other way as Faith Donovan leads ahead. Trying to bust into the middle from the outside. Can't do it. Sealed off on the boards there. And that'll be picking up on the near side, Alyssa Zimmer. Zimmer will fire it up off the boards, and it hits Donovan and goes back in around the zone as this one will be played to the middle there by Dury, and this one will be worked out into the middle of the ice. Isabella Corey In the middle, we'll play it over to Loden. Loden gets it in the middle. Can't chop it off there into the zone, though, and this will be a reset as Sylvester will play it off some skates and back the other way as Metchwitz gets across the line. Never actually fully got over the line. Kind of skirted the blue there for a little bit. Back the other way, Brumwell fires the shot. The save made for Pinch, and we have 12:33 to go in this first period of play. Both goaltenders, not too much work yet. But both goaltenders standing tall, obviously. Pinch making that big save there, and so far everything has been handled by Abby Chris as well. This one in behind as both players tangle up there at the side of the net. Now back the other way, it's right on to Chris on the dump in. 0-0 our score with 12:20 to go in this first period. A pass that finds really nobody and escapes the zone, and now racing with it is Brumwell. She overskates it though, and it'll be turned back by the Jags the other way. Barry Rosachuk picks this puck up. She'll weave through, and she's finding open ice here, cutting through everybody. Just couldn't keep that one on side, and now she'll reload and look to make another pass. This one to Desiree on the near side. This one picked up across the blue line now and worked on in, and that will go to a backhand. Barry Rosachuk misses that one wide. Now to the near side point. Name will play it there for the Jaguars. That one directed off of the pads of Chris. Like I said, I emptied the tank for that 3Cs and Battle River game earlier today, and now all of a sudden the nerves are getting the best of me, it feels like, here as this one is fun and cut into the middle of shot, fire, scores! There you go, the first goal of the game. Brooklyn Vachon works through the slot and fires it top corner, and then takes a spill for the efforts, skating to the bench, so excited to give the Jags a 1-0 lead. Here early in this game, 11:23 to go in the first period. And just look at how she picks this puck up. Walks around, right circles, makes one defender miss, cuts to the middle as they open up, and the shot fired top corner past Abby Chris on the glove hand side. And it's a 1-0 lead for the home side here in Cold Lake. The host side, I guess I should say, though. I mean, they are the home team for this game as well, but the host side is definitely, there are a lot of folks in this arena this afternoon. Nice and filled is Imperial Oil Place this afternoon in Cold Lake. The Jags immediately back into the offensive zone, and I just realized how much pressure I'm putting on my knees sitting in the chair here. At some point I'm going to have to stand up, but I don't think I have room to stand up, so that'll be interesting. But this one led back by Sarai Thompson, right onto the backhand of Zimmel, denied there by Pinch. And this one will go back to the blue line. Battled off the boards, and it'll go back down to Isabella Corey in the corner for the Jaguars. She'll play it back there. Thought she had a defender. Bobbles in front. Pinch with the wherewithal to just be able to be in position in case that shot came through. 10:33 to go in this first period.
Brooklyn Vachon.
And Brooklyn Vachon gets the first goal of the game for the Jags, assisted by Marlene Lacourcier, and it'll be back across the Jags line, but Paige Zimmer and crew are offside for the Battle River Knights. And we will have a face-off to the near side. 10:16 to go in that first period. We are rocking and rolling, a big lead here for the Jaguars. Obviously, the home side wanting to get out and get a goal to begin this hockey game and get the home fans into it. They've done that. Now they're looking to add to it. Battle River, though, they did a good job responding after being scored on by the 3Cs last game. There's a rebound there. Doesn't end up going, and now it'll be backed off the glass to the near side point. Worked out there, and Sierra Nuttall will give chase back into the Jags zone. This one played ahead, tipped there by the Jags at center ice, but can't make the play happen, and it bounced around the neutral zone a couple times as Alyssa Zimmer fires this puck. She can't come onto it with that chop, so she'll play it to the middle now, and it redirects a couple of times, and Ava Pinch has to make the save. And then Pinch's helmet comes off in the crease, so she gives a push to the player in the Battle River jersey just to get her out of there for the time being so she can reset with the helmet. 9:34 to go here in this first period of play. Not something we've seen as this tournament's gone along. The players driving a little bit harder towards the crease. And I don't think it's going to be eased up on any more here as we go the rest of the way through the remaining 49 minutes and 32 seconds of this hockey game, unless for some reason we need the extra frame. 1-0, the lead for the Jaguars here early on as it's battled to the front of the net. The Battle River Knights pushing this one as deep towards the blue paint as they could before it was picked up there by Barry Rosachuk, and she's out skating with it again. She's had a couple of great looking opportunities so far to skate with the puck. Another one there, but the Battle River Knights swarm her up and stop her. These two teams faced each other. I believe it was a 3-2 final earlier yesterday or something like that. I would have to check the official scoreboard. You'd think I'd have the prep work for that, but again, making sure the broadcast, all the graphics, all that's done. That's kind of where we find ourselves as Kaylin Brumwell comes across the line. She's going to fire the shot off the outside of the post. And with 8:48, the Battle River Knights come that close. Another opportunity in front. Can't find it on net as Brumwell that time, but a couple of great opportunities go off of the iron here early in this first period. When it's a big 1-0 lead for the Lakeland Jaguars, I mean that because obviously we saw that opening chance there about 17, 18 seconds into the game, I want to say, for the Battle River Knights. Another chance in front, just goes wide. That was a good looking shot there from Samantha Holt, and the Battle River Knights buzzing around the zone. Another opportunity for Holt, and she was looking for the second whack as well and couldn't put it home there as Ava Pinch had it covered up. 8:11 to go in this first period of play, and Ava Pinch having to stand tall on multiple good chances as the Battle River Knights were pushing heavy on that shift in the zone. That line will take a rest. Hopping over as the faceoff is won by the Battle River Knights. That was a point shot there. I think, I'm not sure, was that a Diaduria there at the point? Yes, it was. Firing that shot, Sylvester getting going. I thought I had seen Alyssa Zimmer line up at the faceoff line, so I knew she had to be at the blue line. Did Dury. Isabella Corey gets it into the neutral ice. She'll pick it up here. This one is still yet to really break open the goal. Sure, it happened, but the Battle River Knights yet to make their mark, and I'm sure it's coming based on what I've seen so far this tournament from them as well. 7:29 to go here. A 1-0 lead for the Jaguars. They start up the ice, carrying across and down low. Now to the front of the net. The rebound shot misses wide, or potentially steered wide by the goaltender Abby Chris. Sydney Desjardins fires that one down low. Down behind the net. Puck played back up and worked out there to the middle of the ice here as it'll be picked up by Alyssa Zimmer, who will backhand it into the neutral ice territory. Now carried ahead onside is Cabri Tanton. My first time having to mention that name this afternoon, and of course for good measure we got it right at least. 6:46 to go here in this first period. Chopped down there, and Cabri Tanton will come up with this puck. She'll fire it towards the net. Can't battle it there. Back now to the blue line. The shot from Medea Dury goes wide. 6:34 remains in this first period of action. The puck flipped up off of the, I guess you could say, glass there as it rode the glass into the corner, and now the Jaguars able to get it up and out. Dury at the blue line and then retreated back into the neutral zone and picked that one up there. Tried to play it back in for the Knights, unable to do so, and the Knights now on the near side will flip it in from Emma Tufton. 6:10 remaining here in this first period of play. Both teams walking around in the defensive zone there for the Jags, looking for a puck to come free like that one almost did. Now back at the Knights blue line as they continue to get this going. Tipped off the stick there for Riley Zimmel. 5:50 remaining here in this first period of play to the near side. Samantha Holt chips it down to Zimmel. Zimmel tries to go back to Holt, who wasn't there, and the Jags are able to cut it off and get it going the other way. Barry Rosachuk will load up and get around it. Diadury almost, but actually a really good denial, and that's again what I've said. Barry Rosachuk's had some great looking opportunities to skate with the puck, but the Knights have made sure to clamp down rather quick. And I think that's going to be a formula the rest of the way home, because I don't want to see what Barry Rosachuk will do with some open space. And well, I don't know if it would be a pretty result for the Battle River Knights, and they, for good reason, have been probably swallowing up every opportunity she's had to skate with the pucks by swarming the carrier. This one rimmed around the boards here in the Jag zone. As the referee, we've had that kind of happen a couple of times this tournament over on Rink 2. I don't know if this is your first time tuning in from the Jag zone. I've made mention of it, and here's Barry Rosachuk skating in, driving to the backhand. And you see she continues to get open ice and continues to force the defense to be right up on the play. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on, and I'm waiting to see what kind of magic Barry Rosachuk can work if she gets free here. That's one of the most interesting things, I think, just player personnel-wise, I got to watch for here the rest of the way home in this first period. Picked up there, and LaCroix will fire it down into the Knights zone. This one worked to the far side. And working there is Corey, I guess Isabella Corey up against Sarai Thompson. Had it right, but partially wrong. 4:11 to go here in this first period as it's along the end boards. Battling there are both teams, and they are battling hard. And coming up with it is Sierra Nuttall for the Lakeland Jaguars. She'll fire it up ahead, and I believe last year Sierra Nuttall had an absolutely fantastic tournament. So not sure how her tournament's been going on this side this year, but I guess we'll see how it finishes up. Not bad. If you don't know how it starts, at least you know how it finishes. As this one goes down low, Isabella Corey will pick this one up behind her own net, bring it out right in front, and look to kind of fan out the attack. This one knocked to the near side boards now, comes back into the defensive zone, as that will be picked up by Jose, and she will fire it to the far side. The Knights fail the clear attempt once, twice. And now here's Vachon on the attack once again. Gets it to Sydney Desjardins, who will fire the shot. The glove save from Abby Chris. That's who. I just ran out of breath there, and then my brain just completely malfunctioned for a brief moment there. And we will come back to the near side, or far side shot. And this one will be a save there for the aforementioned Abby Chris in net for the Battle River Knights. I guess to say this is the final game, and for good reason. We are going to need it to be the final game. It's been a long weekend here. We had a couple of crew members go down sick this morning. One unable to make it and ended up just having to call it and drive home and see if they could make it. And obviously the other toughing it out in the media booth right now here in the Cold Lake Energy Center at Imperial Oil Place. This one shot up the ice, tipped back to the blue line and kept in there for the Jaguars. Number 21, Ella Murphy, had rimmed it around the boards, and it comes to the near side where it'll be Zemel keeping it in the zone on the clearing attempt, and now back out into the neutral ice. The far side support full, and a whiffed shot there on a clearing attempt for the Jaguars. Almost saw Kaylin Brumwell able to come up with an attack. As this one will come back to the blue line. And now an opportunity for the D of, as I think you might have heard that on the mic, the opportunity for the D of the Knights to fire it into the zone. 2:07 remains here in this first period of play. 1-0 for the Jaguars as they will continue to battle here to the blue line. And Loden couldn't get it out. This one continues along the near side boards, and the referee, after coming over to the far side, or from the far side of the near side, has now had to get out of the way here on the near side. So he's fighting a losing battle in this game. 1:45 to go in this first period. The Jaguars still lead 1-0 on your scoreboard. This one shot, save made, and to the far side, Samantha Holt will skate into it. Now picked up by the Jaguars. They'll free it up, but it's a missed pass, and it comes just out of the zone, and offside still is Sarai Thompson. She'll touch the puck, and they will blow it dead just outside of the Jaguars zone. So there you are right now, $1:24 remaining here in this first period of play. 1-0 the lead for the Lakeland Jaguars here early on in this hockey game. Still plenty of time to go, and Battle River, you know what, they battled right down to the last second in that game against the 3Cs Coyotes to walk away with their 5-3 victory. So we'll see if that ends up being the case again this afternoon here in Cold Lake during the gold medal game. There's a banner, there's medals on the line in this one, and both teams motivated to get to the end of the 60 minutes plus with a medal. This one will be rimmed around the boards. Now back to the blue line. Sylvester will backhand it off and get it down deep into the Knights zone as it comes to the far side. Half wall there, boards, whatever you want to say. My goodness, I'm all kinds of scrambled up. Don't worry about me though. We'll just let the pictures do the talking. If I can't talk too well the rest of the way home. Picked up there by the Jaguars is Corey. Walks that one across the blue line and then just kind of uses a deceptive drag-in play not to throw herself offside. And that allowed the Jaguars to reset and to kind of scramble up the Knights a brief moment. And that allows the Jaguars now to get ahead across the line. Juliana Bateman to the backhand. The shot from Nuttall on the pass and can't get it through. And there's been a call coming up as one of the Jaguars players looks like I don't know if they took a slash or a tripping call here or draw. But the Battle River Knights will head to the box. And I can't seem to get a number on that Knights player who went to the box. I don't know if we're going to have a replay here on it. But the Lakeland Jaguars up 1-0 with 22 seconds remaining here in this first period. We'll head to the power play. And Nuttall with that good last chance will fire it up and get it going. The shot loading here somewhere along this. This is my first power play opportunity for the Jags this tournament so far. And it's coming from the far side and a save made for the goaltender, Abby Chris, for Battle River. 9 seconds to go. I'd like to welcome in everybody from the Lakeland area. Obviously, not sure where you're tuning in from across the Lakeland. There's way too many names or places to name. But as if you're tuning in from Battle River, welcome into the broadcast here from Killam and Sedgwick. This one's Isabella Corey. Wiring the shot up over top of the net, and time will expire. $1:39 will remain on the power play for the Jaguars when we come back in the second period. Friends, I'm Tyson Olney. My great pleasure to have you along. And look at this. This is the beauty of a 4-camera setup. We've legitimately got the Jags going down the tunnel to the dressing room. Let's go. That is amazing. And I can only thank the crew behind the scenes. You've heard me all weekend, but the crew behind the scenes doing a fantastic job. If you've heard Patrick Phillips on the call here for the Jaguars any point this weekend, that's the man doing the work on that camera in the tunnel right now. That is fantastic. We'll have a center ice kind of situation. We can kind of show off what we can look at there. Bird Dog was the camera you saw there for a moment. We'll fade out the graphics, friends, and we are going to get me muted here and go off for the intermission. And hopefully All right, friends, welcome back to Cold Lake, Alberta. I'm Tyson Olney alongside here for this second intermission, or first period intermission, as we await the second period. 5:45 on the clock until the intermission comes to an end. I just want to really give a chance now before we get things rocking and rolling into the second period. Obviously, you've heard my feelings a couple of times this tournament, but I want to again pass along a big thank you to the host committee, the volunteers, and the sponsors that all came together to make this weekend happen. Honestly, this has been a grade A event, an absolutely fantastic weekend to be a part of, and I cannot thank you enough for allowing me to be a part of this for a second year in a row. I mentioned it over on the Battle River 3Cs game during one of the intermissions earlier today, as this is the kind of stuff that I absolutely live for. Back when I was going to high school here at the Cold Lake Energy Center at Cold Lake High School, I dreamt once upon a time of going on working at TSN and Sportsnet. And unfortunately, as you get older, you grow a little bitter, and grew a little bitter to that whole idea, and then came back home to Cold Lake and ended up finding myself wrapped up in the Junior B stuff again, and ended up working my way through a complicated 2 years of my life, and found some opportunities to get involved with some different stuff. And you know what, by the time I left Cold Lake, I knew exactly who I was and what I wanted to do, and I didn't want to be that guy on TSN or Sportsnet anymore. I wanted to be that guy that does exactly what I'm doing today, bringing you closer to the teams that you absolutely need to see. And this is the thing, there's a lot of hockey, there's a lot of sports that goes unseen every single day unless you make that 4-hour, 5-hour, 8-hour drive down to wherever it's happening. And it's my absolute pleasure that I can be a little small part of bringing it home to you, so that you don't have to, whether the roads are bad or whatever, do that. And that's something, like I said, that is where my passion lies, is connecting people closer to the team they care about. And to have gotten to do this tournament again this year is absolutely fantastic. I have a big passion too, and obviously just bringing images live to anyone that needs to see a little bit behind what's happening in a live event. Right from your seat, you can only see so much. So even here in Cold Lake with the crew that we've assembled, I've kind of all weekend long said we're assembling the Avengers. I've pulled people from all corners of my life. Our technical director for tonight's broadcast has pulled his team from his corners, and we kind of all got put under one umbrella this weekend. And as you see through that first period, it's a pretty good payoff for this gold medal game. So from the tournament organizers, the volunteers involved, and of course the sponsors, down to the passion that I have for doing this stuff, down to the people I'm doing with, this has been an absolute pleasure, honor. I don't think I can accurately describe it with words how fantastic this has been to be a part of. And oh my goodness, pull it out of the archives. Enter Sandman playing at Imperial Place as the team comes out for the second period. I'm imagining sometime here soon we're going to flip to live video down the tunnel with Patrick Phillips as the Lakeland Jaguars take to the ice. I'm just not sure if it's going to be during Enter Sandman like I thought it would be. I thought they were going to start coming out, no problem. But we'll look to the big board and see what happens here in a matter of moments. The referee and linesman hit the ice here for this second period of play. Friends, we're this close to figuring out what the next 20 minutes holds. We've got 40 minutes remaining in the game. The Jaguars lead 1-0 after the first period of play. The Battle River Knights looking for their first goal of the game here when we start this second period. And there you go. Not wrong. Enter Sandman playing, and a team out of the home dressing room entering the ice. Doesn't get much better than that. 1:20 to go here in this second period of play. Or 1:20 to go before the second period of play gets underway here in Cold Lake. Battle River yet to come down the tunnel. I've got a pretty good view down the tunnel. I'll catch them long before. Actually, the cameras have about the same view you do, because I'm right below the cameras here The 3 out of the 4 cameras are positioned with about 5 feet of me. Bird Dog's up there on the booth, so we'll see if things get going. And I love that name for that camera too. That's fantastic. I don't know if it was ever Bird Dog or it's always been Bird Dog, but that's the name for our little camera up attached to the booth here. Cold Lake put one in full scale for us, so that is fantastic. Last year edition. And obviously now we get an opportunity to move that. I believe that would be Bird Dog there up top, showing you the back of the crowd there, the bar, and there we go. We've got the zoom in shot is coming down the tunnel. Abby, Chris, and the Battle River Knights. Give me a second here. Can you tell Dustin to get Logan to grab me my lineup? It's just up on the soundboard there. As I forgot my lineup in case I forget a name. Name my lineup as we need the lineup card. It's back over there. As it should be right there, and you should to the left find it there. As I'm just trying to spell off the confusion, we should be good to go. And I think he's found it. I'm hoping he's found it. Kind of messed myself up. I got visiting there in that first period intermission, seeing a face I haven't seen in exactly a year's time. We'll go in blind. As no, he's going to clutch up last second. How about that? That is the kind of excellent crew I'm working with this weekend. I'll sit back down, get out of the camera's view, and the Lakeland Jaguars will settle into the offensive zone. Abby Chris, the save, she'll jump right on it. 12 seconds in, the power play gets underway for the Lakeland Jaguars yet again. They've got $1:27 to go here in this power play. If you don't remember, a penalty just last minute there in that first period. So we'll have them try and get to work here down the stretch to open this period. This one now over to Isabella Corey. She'll fire the shot, tipped, and a glove save there from Abby Chris. And again, similar to how that last game finished up, when she makes that glove save, she kind of does a little, I wouldn't call it a fist pump, but it's almost a double clutch with that glove after she's picked it up. And I don't know if that's a sign to her teammates, hey, we got this or what. I'd love to get the story if anyone knows why they're doing that this tournament. I think last year there was a little bit of a story behind one of the goaltenders doing one of their things in net. Of course, every player has their quirks, and if that's just what it comes down to, I'm loving it. We noticed that in the gold medal game last year, so we'll see if that comes to fruition here again this year. As this one will be skated ahead by the Jags right up and out of the zone and all the way down the ice into the offensive end. That was a heck of a rush there from Emma Name, and she will get it in behind, though that puck played out from behind the net will bounce right out on the clear by the Knights. 46 seconds remain in the Jaguars power play. A little bit of a scramble there to get this period underway on my part, but you know what? We're settled in and ready to rip and roar for this second period. Welcome in again if you're tuning in from Killam, Sedgwick, anywhere across the Lakeland or across Canada and heck the world. We know we've got a pretty global audience for this one here on Dolly TV and Cold Lake Ice TV this afternoon. I have yet to ever broadcast 2 YouTube channels at once. As Barry Rosachuk to the front, shoots, and the shot misses wide. Skirts around to the near side. Barry Rosachuk got an open ice, got a beautiful pass off, just couldn't finish the Jags on the power play. And with 5 seconds remaining, they'll get another opportunity here. Miscue goes to Krawchuk. Krawchuk fires, big block in front for the Battle River Knights, and you hear the screams from the Battle River bench. That was a huge one there for them as they kill off the penalty, and we will return to 5-on-5, the offside at the line. And I got to adjust my hands. I'm drinking with my right hand and using my left hand to control the scorecard. How about we do it in reverse so as I'm not hitting the mic? That might work out a little bit better as this one will come backhanded in by the Knights. Brumwell gets it around the boards to the far side. Met there for the Knights, and they will get it to the blue line where Dury will fire the shot. That one hops right up over top, but goes on wide of the net. A good-looking point shot there for the Knights. Just couldn't solve it. Emma Tufton had released that one. The Knights still pressuring here. They'll go around, fire the puck towards the net. It hops off the side of the pipe, and it'll come back now as it's fired down into that bench area there at the blue line right in front of the Battle River bench. This one now kept in by Tufton. She'll fire the shot, and Ava Pinch will pick it up and seal that chance away. I think it was Ava Pinch last year. Actually thinking about that little quirk there, it looked like last year, if memory serves, Ava Pinch would kind of pick up the puck with a glove save and then kind of tuck it into her hip every time. That was kind of one of those quirks we noticed there, and that's what I think I was getting at a few moments ago, just to finish off that story. This one back the other way, though, picked up quickly, and skating Juliana Bateman. She'll get to the backhand, drive to the net, stutter step, and almost fool Abby Chris, just cut down too low, and this one is shot fired. It'll be Abby Chris picking up the puck and making the save. 17:08 to go here in this second period of play. I'm loving it. There's a good crowd here in Imperial Place. You can see it on your cameras when we go out wide. But now the zoom in quick shot, I want to see that shot because you don't have that shot. Is that Bird Dog there? I think that might be Bird Dog on that shot. And this one will be worked back as there we go. Shot fired in front for the Jags. Isabella Corey fires the shot. 17 minutes to go. Dugas will get it down along the boards. Now Bateman in there battling as well, looking for an open lane to get it out to somebody, anybody. Tanis Lewis standing watch. This one continues to draw along the boards. And the Knights are able to work it out. This one to the near side boards, blue line, as that one was a chance for Holt to get it out. She couldn't, but in support, the Knights will bat it to the far side, blue line, and try and get it out there. This one, though, the Jaguars coming in waves, making that puck stay in as long as possible. This one now will bat up out of the zone, and Samantha Holt tipped it down into the Jaguar zone for a brief moment as the Jags once again look to get things going. Big collision at center ice, no call upcoming, and Metro Whistle fire the shot. That one will allow Holt to pick it up off the block shot in front, and again, this one will be picked up by Metro Whistle as she fires this one off of the player in front. This one rides the boards around to the far side, and this one will be backhanded there by the Knights as they continue to try and clear the zone permanently here for at least a line change. They've been on the ice for a few extended moments here. This one will get out now. Right on cue. Almost every time I talk about something happening or needing to happen, it happens for every team involved this tournament so far. Now working in the shot, fired towards the net. I believe that was Sydney Desjardins firing that shot for the Lakeland Jaguars. This one now will come to the near side. Rosa Chuck fires the shot. And just like that, the save from Abby Chris. But that is the first real good look of the period for Barry Rosa Chuck on a shot. And again, she continues to skate around and create her own space. 15:20 to go in this second period. 1-0 the score. Like I'm trying to drink water and I'm also trying to say words, dribbling down the chin there. Face-off win for the Jaguars. They'll get to work. Juliana Bateman on the puck. They'll come to Faith Donovan, who will work off the corner, fire the shot into Abby Chris. And again, you saw it there. I love it. I love when there's a little something extra to it. And Abby Chris picks up the puck, throws it up in the glove a little bit, and says, I got it. 15:08 to go in this second period. Just one back and scrambled there. It was one back by the Knights and then scrambled up almost after it had kind of gone behind the centers. And now Tufton will try and play this ahead. And she's got Brumwell busting up the middle of the shot. Oh, the one-time backdoor just did not connect. And now the Jaguars will try and skate it up the ice. Here comes Faith Donovan. She's got the puck. She'll work it to the middle. Nuttall's now with it. She'll fire it a directed puck towards the net. Never got there on the block from Tufton. Donovan will work in the near side corner. 14:34 to go. Suddenly the pace picks up for a few seconds here, and another pass there from Nuttall doesn't find Loden. This will be backhanded off of Loden's stick, and now Nuttall will drive to the middle. It skirts off her stick and picked up by Isabella Corey. He'll fire it just off a skate right onto the tape of Nuttall. She'll fire the shot. Save made by Abby Chris, and so far so good for both goaltenders in this game. One goal allowed so far, and Abby Chris has responded well. And the Knights looking to pressure here on the response. As the Jaguars, the better chances obviously starting this period with the power play. But that one-time opportunity backdoor didn't miss by much. there for the Knights just a few moments ago. This one hops a stick at the blue line, but kept in by Sydney Desjardins. She'll get it on down low into the Knights zone. Near side, Krawchuk bats it in again. It'll go over to Adia Dury, This one worked out and back down the length of the ice, and there they go. They found an open lane there for a shot. That one again goes to the front of the net, and another chance there for the Knights. That was a beautiful looking opportunity for Alyssa Zimmer, who had found the stretch pass, but the Jaguars closed quick and forced the shot, and Ava Pinch was equal to the task. 13:44 to go here in the second period. And you know what? This sitting down thing's not working for me. We're going to get up standing here with my camera crew and get this going. As this one's won by the Jaguars, back to the blue line. Shot from Adia Dury, doesn't get through. Shot there from Samantha Holt that time. Ended up getting through, and Ava Pinch makes the save as the Jaguars will reload and try to bust wide. Oh, this is a much better vantage point than sitting down where I was. Geez, what was I doing earlier? This one worked by the Knights at the blue line here. This one will be worked out and played there by Dury once again. Shot off the boards there by the Jaguars. A little battle in front. I think 6 tangled, and both players not willing to give up their positioning. This one will be worked back into the Jag zone. Battling there for it as it'll go over and into the neutral zone as Soraya Thompson will pick it up for the Knights. She'll get across and look to fire the shot. It tips off of the skates of one of the Jags players in front, and it skirts wide of the net. This one dumped down the length of the ice. That will indeed be an icing call, and we will have a stoppage in play here with 12:44 to go. This might be a little bit easier for you to hear me ask when I want you to mute my mic, so that might not be too bad of a little upgrade I just made here on the broadcasting set. 1-0 the lead for the Lakeland Jaguars as the puck continues to battle here, and they come away with it on the faceoff. Now as the Knights defense turns around to retrieve the puck, skating into it as well as Barry Rosachuk for the Jags. Now on the attack as well on the near side boards was Abigail Metchowis. She went down in a heap, but that'll allow the puck to come free to the far side corner. It's fired to the near side, but cut off there by Metchowis that time, and now back to the blue line as Isabella Corey will play it on down deep. 12:13 to go as it continues to bat around the Knights zone, never really going in a dangerous direction before the Knights are able to clear the length of the ice. 12:04, an icing call, and we'll have the stoppage in play. The Jaguars and Knights engaged in battle here in this second period of play. We're about 28 minutes into the hockey game. Only one goal up on the board, and it's been a big one, like I said, for the hometown team here, getting the 1-0 lead to get the crowd into it early. They continue to battle. This one will free up, and now all of a sudden an opportunity here for Faith Donovan to backhand it in behind the Battle River net. This one batted now to the near side and picked up there for the Jags. Picking it off the boards was Sierra Nuttall. Krawchuk will get it down low. The one-timer there from Donovan had slapped it through Jose, and that one somehow gets to the far side without ever hitting the net. Another opportunity here, backhanded through the 5-hole. Loden scores. 11:23 remaining in the second period, and Dacia Logan scores the goal that makes it 2-0 for the Jaguars and gives them a little bit more comfort. It was a big time shot, and we'll watch the replay here as that was a huge opportunity for the Jaguars as they scrambled it up in a couple of times and gotten it over, and a shot there to the backhand for Loden finds the hole, 5-hole on Abby Chris, and it goes back door, or back of the net, sorry, for the goal. This one will be fought into the Jag zone. The Knights look to respond here, and they've got an opportunity to get to the net. The block shot, selling out for it was Vachon, and back the other way comes Krawchuk. Krawchuk on the attack. She'll get around behind the net, and this one goes here behind as they continue to try and battle for it. Barry Rosachuk immediately to the attack. It's knocked off her stick. She hits it off the pad of Chris, who I don't even think knew it hit her, but she makes the save nonetheless with 10:46 to go here in this second period to play. A 2-0 lead now for the Jaguars. A shot directed on Ava Pinch, who just cleared it into the corner, and now another opportunity here for the Jags as they will look to clear this puck up to Barry Rosachuk, who will go for a skate. She's got an opportunity again with some open ice, cutting up the middle, directed on, another rebound, a couple of cracks, the score is Sierra Nuttall in front in the crease, and I am not sure what's going on. They have marked it a goal, and we have a player down in the crease for the Lakeland Jaguars, and trying to get up is Barry Rosachuk, who drove that and created that for her team. And I imagine when she gets to the bench, she is in a lot of pain going to the bench, but when she gets there, she's going to get a lot of love from her teammates. The one shoulder tap there, and obviously I think a lot more concern as she is barely able to get down the tunnel here. And we'll keep a status update in the meantime as the Jaguars will shuttle up, and that will not be marked a goal. It looks like the face-off is going to go outside of the zone. So it was waved off. I thought I had saw that, but then the referee pointed, and the score will remain 2-0 for the Jaguars as the scramble in the crease and Rosachuk going down waves off the goal for the Jaguars. A 2-0 lead here as this will be Tanton firing it in front. A dangerous hop, could have found the back, but didn't, and the Jags pick it up. This one for Tufton will backhand it down. And I said this during the broadcast over between 3 Cs and Battle River earlier today is, you know, honestly, if both teams could just score a ton of goals and both win it somehow or tie, that would be my ideal. I am loving what these teams have put together here at this provincial tournament. It's going to be the hardest thing in the world to see one team lose and one team win this weekend, let me tell you that. 9:36 to go. Yeah. I guess, am I saying I get emotionally invested? Yeah, I am. This one worked out by the Battle River Knights. They're going to get it to the near side timekeeper's boards, and this will be Tufton on the far side pass, getting it and picking up steam. The shot by Zimmer, fired on there. Sorry, that wasn't Zimmer. That was Zimmer. There's 2 Zimmers on the ice, so I guess I wasn't wrong. It was Alyssa Zimmer, not Paige Zimmer as I thought, firing that shot on net. It's 2-0 for the Jags. Yes, we had that puck go in the net from Sierra Nuttall's tap in front, but they've ruled it a no goal, and we remain 2-0 here. Midway through the second period of play, the shot from the point redirected in front, but Paige Zimmer couldn't get it on, and now Alyssa will go chasing into the boards. This one to the far side, carried out by the Jags. Down the ice and rimmed around the boards it goes. 8:57 to go here in this second period of play as Dury will pick up the puck and get it up to Zimmer. Now cut off by the Jags. They'll shovel it down low and picked up there. It is Jose in behind her own net. She'll play it up off of the boards in order to play a perfectly placed puck to get it out of the zone. Now giving chase and trying to battle that puck free is Paige Zimmer. Alyssa Zimmer in support. Battling there, 2-0 here in this second period. The Jags trying to work it out of their zone, dance around one defender, and now back up the ice. It hits the linesman's skates. Didn't really know where that was, and now carrying across. Here's Barry Rosachuk, and she is still out there, so she had gone down and back out there almost immediately. And she took the shift. She's going to go off rather quick. But she skated it out there, and that's good to see. Obviously, wasn't a lot of pain after that one, and gets up back on it. True Warrior style. This one's going to go back down the length of the ice and picked up there by the Jaguars as those girls continue to battle out there in a 2-0 game. This one goes down low, picked up by Sarai Thompson. And this one will be worked back down behind the net and now to the far side where Loden will try and come up with this puck. Picked up and will go back the other way. Sierra Nuttall will pick this puck up. Into the far side it goes. 7:25 to go here in this second period of play. Puck rimmed around the boards, front of the net it goes. Shot, save made in front, scrambled side of the net. Chris able to direct it away. Another chance for Faith Donovan. And Murphy will fire the shot on net, but it goes wide in that scramble. 2-0 to go here is 7:05 to go in this second period of play. As this will go off the boards down into the corner. As this one will be picked up there for the Battle River Knights as they try to escape the zone after that good solid pressure there from the Lakeland Jaguars. They continue to battle, and Brumwell now able to come up with the puck. She skated it for a moment before it kicked off the boards and forced Emma Tufton to go back around behind. Now picked up there by Zimmel. She'll fire it off the boards and keep the puck alive for a second before it's turned over to Juliana Bateman. Juliana Bateman, though, on the jam shot out of the corner, goes right into the glove of Abby Chris. She makes another one of those saves and pockets it for a 6:29 stoppage in play with a 2-0 Jags lead. This one will be to the left-hand side of Abby Chris. And a face-off for Vachon of the Jaguars. She's got the one goal so far. The opening one of that. As this one will be worked back there for the Jaguars, and that'll be fired out by the Knights. Picking it up now, the third Zimmer. Erica Zimmer out there now on this shift alongside Samantha Holt and Cabri 10. This one goes into the far corner as it's shot on net, a rebound opportunity. A couple jams at it, it's still loose. And Ava Pinch will just fall on it and make the save with 5:59 to go here in this second period of play. And that was a good opportunity by that line to get it to the net and obviously generate what was a couple of whacks in the blue paint. 2-0 the lead for the Jags with 5:59 to go in the second period. Oh, I guess actually, sorry, I didn't notice the scoreboard up on the stream. That's my apology. I was trying to make mention of the score as much as possible so as we didn't feel like we were missing it. Didn't realize that we did figure out the scoreboard situation for this gold medal game. And we will have a face-off to the left of Ava Pinch here. This one will be one back. Now for Tufton to fire it off the boards into the corner. Picking it up there is the Battle River Knights as they go along the boards and picked out of the corner and now battled off the boards. Rosachuk can't get it going there at center ice, and now Corey will try to come up with this. Nuttall will bounce it around, and she'll get it over to Rosachuk as she'll carry in the shot fired save made Abby Chris. And all right, in this second period, I can tell you, I see why the Battle River Knights were doing a real good job going out there and kind of keeping Barry Rosachuk away from getting to the middle of the ice with open room to skate, because she has looked dangerous here in this second period. This one will be a face-off to the left of Chris once again here just a few moments after the last one, as this one will be Juliana Bateman working it behind the net yet again. She fires it off of a body in front. This one bounces right in front now, and this one will go back into the near side corner. Picked up now. A chance for Bateman yet again. She can't get it through, and now it'll be worked out by Zimmel to center ice. Picking it up at center ice is Sydney Desjardins. She'll work it off the blue line over to the Jags as they enter the zone. They skate around and come back to the near side as they'll look for the point shot from Krawchuk, who directs it on. It's blocked in front by Samantha Holt, and you hear the cheers from the bench again. Battle River's bench really loves those blocks as Zimmel walks in across the shot, fired off the outside of the post again. They have been robbed by that far post twice in this one, I would say. This one will go backhanded there and over to the zone. As this one picked up in the Jags end by the Jags, they'll fire it down into the middle of the ice, fired in by Dury. Now picked up and worked into the middle of the ice as the Lakeland Jaguars will fire this one again down. This one bounces off the boards and picked up there and fired in, this time by Murphy. This one to the far side. Battling there are three players. Now we'll have a fourth join and everyone else is going to stay loose. As that is kind of the danger here in this. You don't want to get everybody in there, but there's two players hovering, and we're going to have a stoppage in play as they blow it dead with 3:55 to go here in this second period. That's the first time all weekend I've watched a board battle be blowing dead, and that's kind of where we're at in this gold medal game. Both teams are going to do whatever it takes to gut out the victory And we've seen a lot of instances of that so far in this one. The shot not coming from Name as she couldn't get it through. And this will be worked now to the near side corner. Battled off there by a stick of the Jags to try and keep it in. Murphy can't do it. And here's Tanton back the other way. She can't free it up, and she's offside at the same rate. This one works back to the blue line. Sierra Nuttall will come back the other way, and the shot loading. Couldn't get it through. And obviously could never even get it off. As that one will be fired, blocked in front. It still hits Chris as she just niftily skates it away. Couple of young fans there on your screen. You can see on the near side boards holding up some signs, and this one continues into the behind the net. 3:11 to go. I see my man Patrick Phillips over there in the far side corner. I'm sure you're going to see a shot of his camera here in a matter of moments, as that'll be Isabella Corey redirecting it. The shot scores right in front. Abigail Metruis scores the goal, and that will this time make it 3-0. And there's the aforementioned Patrick Phillips shot, as that was a beauty of a puck to find in the middle of the ice in front of the net. And Abigail Metruis makes no mistake, and the smile on her face is about as big of a smile as you can possibly have at a hockey game right there after scoring that one. As this is a beautiful pass, I think, from Corey, or a shot pass. No, in fact, it's actually a shot pass to Rosachuk, who then directed it over to Metruis. So there you go. That was kind of a weird double pass and ended up just finding a perfect stick in front. As this one will be Rosachuk loading. The shot comes down. And this will be back to the blue line. As Barry Rosachuk picks up the assist.
Bella Corey.
And so we've been announced in-house. It's not Isabella Corey by the in-house addresser, it's Bella Corey, so we'll go roll with that the rest of the way home. I guess the home side announcing crowd would know how that works, and there's Bella Corey throwing the shot on net and making the save is Abby Chris. A 3-0 lead for the Jags with 2:19 to go here in this second period of play. As I don't know if Carter's got audio on, but Carter, if you're doing a fantastic job over there watching this stuff, thank you so much, my man, for making sure my laptop stays good and the stream's looking good. My entire crew fanned out across the arena, making sure everything goes just perfect here down the stretch in this last 40 minutes of play entering this second period. We've got 2 minutes remaining in the second, meaning we got 22 minutes remaining in regulation time. As Sydney Desjardins in the far side corner in the zone for the Jags will find the puck, fire it to the blue line. Tufton fired the shot, and then Ava Pinch handled the puck and never froze it. I thought I had some time to talk there. I didn't, as everyone kind of had a brief moment where they stopped. And this one comes now to the near side boards as Donovan will fire it in on the backhand. Donovan will go off for a line change. So will several Lakeland Jaguars players, trying not to be offside there as they get the final player over. And this one will now be worked by Tufton to the near side for Holt. Holt will direct it down into the offensive zone, and now that will be picked up by Krawchuk. 3-0 the lead for the Jaguars with the last $1:15 remaining here in the second period. This will be worked back and controlled there by Bateman. The shot fired goes through everybody, including the crease. And this will now be to the near side where the young fans holding the signs are bouncing around, getting out of our way, and now fired over to the far side as the last minute of play in the first period, or second period, sorry. And picked up now by Zimmel, and they've got a chance to do Battle River. Now Brumwell right in the middle. The shot fired, save made by Pinch, and she'll fall on it. And that will make the building erupt. That was a huge save there and a big chance for Brumwell as well. But Ava Pinch makes a big one as Brumwell was in alone. And we've got some fancy graphics too. Logan did some fantastic work getting those graphics going. My man Riley and Matthew standing here listening to me thank everybody else. Maybe I should throw their names in there too and say what a fantastic job they've done for us this weekend here on rink number 1. There's one guy, I don't even know if he wants me to mention him the rest of the way home, but I'll make sure to mention him at the end, don't you worry. This one picked up by Vachon in the zone for the Jags. The shot fired towards the net goes off the side, 23 seconds to go, and now back to the neutral ice territory where Bella Corey will pick it up. She'll fire it off the boards. And Tanton now for the Knights with 11 seconds with which to work here in this second period. Time winding down as this puck continues to play in the neutral zone. Sierra Nuttall trying to come up with it one last time. Can't do it. Buzzer will hit. And Kaylin Brumwell busted across the blue line just as that buzzer rung, but we'll go to the second period intermission. And you can hear, oh man, I know that is the Wolf of Wall Street music, and we've done some work to that one over the course of my career. But friends, we're going to sit here and take a moment to pause before we head to the third period. I'm Tyson Olney. I'm glad to be along for the commentary here on this one with you. You see the tunnel shot. I'm going to leave you on that. If you can tell them I want off of here, that'd be greatly appreciated for the brief moment. And All right, there we go. We got the audio back here in Cold Lake, friends. I seem to once again have misplaced my scorecard, though. So, cut it. We'll cut the audio here. All right, let's try that again. Round 2 here in Cold Lake. As I'm trying to set up and get this going, I think now this time I should be good. I've got my lineup card. I've got my water. Maybe potentially I'm missing a water bottle, but this should be enough to carry me home. I got one more there, so we're good. If I need to bend down, I'll be able to get it. 4:42 remains in the intermission, my friends. I'm Tyson Olney, tuning in alongside you for this third period of action. It's 3-0 for the Jaguars after 2 periods of play here in the gold medal game at the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships. It's my absolute honor to have this call for you. Obviously, for a lot of players on the ice, this means a heck of a lot. And that's for both teams, as obviously every year you're going to have your graduating players. And I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that watches back on this live stream. Not right now, because I know the players definitely aren't watching live in the intermission, but I'll tell you, to anyone that's watching back, whether it be tomorrow, a week from now, next year, 5 years from now, when this is still available to be watched on Dolany TV, thank you so much for making this weekend happen and getting here and allowing me to call this game for you. I mean, to the coaching staff and everybody else involved in the player personnel department of this whole event, it's been a fantastic weekend. That goes out to all the teams involved in this weekend. Without you, this does not exist. As much as I've thanked the tournament organizers, the volunteers, and the sponsors, we need the players to battle out for the banner and the gold medals, and everybody involved this weekend has come here to Cold Lake through the course of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and done that. There's 2 teams remaining and 1 period of regulation remaining between the Jags and the Knights for the gold medal and the banner for the U18 Female B Division in Hockey Alberta this season. That much, it'll be my honor to call the rest of the way home. And as we come down the stretch here in this third period upcoming, I want to tell you, Dolany TV is available and for hire. If you've got a situation where you need something like this done, we can get it done for you. I have plenty of business cards here in Cold Lake with me. If you need to find one, tell somebody who's here, call them up, say, hey, go find that Tyson guy that's been doing the broadcasting all weekend. Tell him to come grab a business card off me. It's got my email. Reach out to me there, and I'd love to talk to you about what Dolany TV and this amazing media crew I've got alongside me here in Cold Lake could do for you at your next tournament, your next event, whatever you need. I'd love to have it. But let's get serious here, friends. The Lakeland Jaguars set to come out to the ice. Sierra Nuttall gives the handoff to Ava Pinch, and she hits the ice. And the Jaguars are out in full force as they arrive on the ice with $1:55 to go in this little bit. And there's a mini Jag pumping them up over the tunnel. You love to see that. That's something that I've always loved about Cold Lake, is if you do it right, you can get the youngsters back there in the Zamboni entrance, pumping up whoever's coming out of that dressing room in the far corner of Imperial Oil Place. The Jaguars on the bench, ready to rock and roll for this third period of action. As that is the trumpet song playing here again. All of a sudden, over the past few years, I've gotten pretty well with it with music and suddenly knowing what's all going on. So I like it. But this one's going to be An opportunity now for the Battle River Knights to get on the ice. A little miscue at the bench as they close the bench. And now it is time, friends. Stand up, get this going. 20 minutes remain in this third period of play. 3-0 for the Jags over top of the Knights here in the beginning of this third period. We got 20 minutes to decide if the banner goes one way or another, or if we need extra time to decide who the banner will go to. The face-off at center ice between Nuttall and Zimmel, and it'll go in favor of the Jags. Back into the zone. Cutting in is Nuttall. She'll get back down below the goal line and up in high in the zone. She'll continue to skate it there. She'll cut through a couple more defenders and finally fire a shot, and it's blocked in front. No cheer that time from the Battle River bench, but I think they were just happy to see that one go by the wayside as Nuttall was firing around the zone and ended up ultimately not being able to get a shot on net. Sylvester at the blue line. She'll get it back over to the near side for Loden. Loden will pick this puck up and go down into the zone. She'll pick this one up near the near side corner back to the blue line. Now Sylvester fires the shot, a block there, and the crowd this time gets in on that one. And it'll come back into the offensive zone for the Knights, but Bella Corey there on it right away to spell off Sarai Thompson's opportunity to get to the puck. 19:03 here in this third period remaining. We are off and running early on in this third period, and already a minute's gone by. This one chopped, and now it'll find Thompson, who just seems to always be hanging out up there. She'll make one player miss. Absolutely sent Abigail Metwis for a spin, dodging that stick check there. As this one will go playing here, or was that Abigail? I'm not sure that was. That might have actually been Krawchuk. Sorry, my pardon. I have the lineup confused. And yeah, that was that Krawchuk? Yeah, that was Krawchuk. Sorry, I was looking at number 11, Abigail Metwis on the scorecard. This will be picked up by Rosachuk, who will get in on net. Fires the shot just off the outside of the post as the net comes off. And Barry Rosachuk, I've said it all game, there's a reason why they were doing a real good job early in that first period, keeping her from getting open. She started finding ways to push through bodies here in this second and third period, and that's why all of a sudden the offense is coming droves there for Barry Rosachuk. She's had some great looks in this one. The face-off, one there by the Knights, and they will push it out of the zone. It's held in last second, though, by the Jags. My apologies. Sometimes it gets to that blue line, and it's an inch from getting out, and it just doesn't. And Name will pick it up behind her own net. We've got already 2 minutes gone here in this third period. That was a nifty little stick to puck kick there by Samantha Holt, and then a shot fired from the blue line there. This one will come around behind the net, fired up off the boards, and that'll be kept in again by Tufton, who fires a shot down low, tipped in front to Pinch. And this one will scramble in the crease, Pinch around, she's down and out. No clue where the puck is. She's scrambling without a stick, and it just hops away from Tanton in front. Could have had an opportunity towards the net. This one will be back out to the blue line, and again, that's one of those ones I would have said would have got out, but I knew I was burned a few seconds ago, so I kept my mouth shut. And that's a good reason why, because the Knights were able to keep it alive in the zone. As Ava Pinch still looking to get that next opportunity to wander out of the crease and pick up her stick, which is about a foot away from the crease right now, off to the side of the net, but she just can't seem to get there, and now she will on the full length of the ice clear with 17 minutes remaining in the third period between the Knights and Jags. This one picked up now for the Knights again as they'll look to continue the pressure here early in this third period. That was a good little sequence there. Pinch was scrambling around. They just couldn't find it. Back to the front of the net as soon as they had Pinch down and out. Sierra Nuttall's sealed off along the boards. That works its way back to Sylvester at the point as Brielle Sylvester just can't get it in deep enough, and that will be worked out now by Soraya Thompson. Thompson continues to work it down low. Isabella Corey will work this one now for the Jags in behind her own net. 16-19 to go here in this third period as Vachon will fire it across length into the middle of the ice there. And Faith Donovan, a diving effort to get it on net, and a save there from Abby Chris as Faith Donovan had no room left to move that puck, and instead she just sprawled for it, pushing her stick as far forward to extend it towards the net as possible, and ends up falling flat, putting it on net. 3-0 here in this third period of play. The puck worked there, and it'll be to the front of the net. A shot off the post is what they're saying, or so I think that's what the referee yelled there near the net. Vachon will fire this one as Desjardins fires the shot from the point. It drifts wide of the net and now goes back in behind. Donovan picks this one off the post, and again another good looking opportunity there. Goes by the wayside. This one picked up for a brief second by Brianna Anderson. Can't get it going, and now fired back into the middle of the ice. Kept in there by Krawchuk, who gets it down low yet again, and now picked up for the Knights by Sydney Bully. Bully couldn't get that one out, nor could Alyssa Zimmer on the block shot. Now loading to the front of the net. Can't find Faith Donovan in front. This one now to the backhand for the Jags as they go back, and they have all of a sudden dominated here the last 45 seconds in the Knights zone. 15-15 to go in this third period of play as the Jags try to once again slam it in. They can't, but instead pushing it in is Alyssa Zimmer. Down low, Krawchuk's coming up with that puck. As that one will be worked there for Clara Krawchuk to the middle of the ice now off of a bounce off the boards and out of the zone. Go the Jags down the length of the ice. Adia Dury gets down in a hurry. She's going to battle there, and that looks like it will be a penalty upcoming to the Jags as they definitely acknowledge they've got a penalty upcoming. And this will come the length of the ice down into the Jags zone where it'll be touched up by name, and she will hear the whistle blowing. And it'll be a power play for the Battle River Knights here. They're down 3-0, but as you know, all it takes is one in a gold medal game to start feeling it. And that's exactly what we've got going on here as the player will head to the box. I'm trying to get the name plate. I can't seem to get up over it. And this Vera Rosachuk going to the box here for the Lakeland Jaguars. I finally figured out how to get that going. Yeah, I'm so smart. This one's fired down the length of the ice. A clear for the Jags. This will be picked up. Oh, well, if I knew they were going to announce it like they have the rest of the game, I wouldn't have been so panicked. Who knew? This one fired to the near side on the clear out for the Knights as they try to get onto the attack as Soraya Thompson continues to push there. This one will be worked by Bella Corey as she'll get it back to the blue line as that one squirts free out of the zone. This one now for Tufton to the near side for Jose as she will get it down to Brumwell. Brumwell works this one here back to the blue line. She'll kick it down low. Picked up now to to Jose again. She fires the shot, the save from Pinch. And Jose fires a long-range shot from the point, and a good-looking one as well. She got quite a bit of that puck. Put it right on Pinch, who was forced to just kind of body that one up and make the save. 1:11 to go here in this power play for the Knights, and that's their most dangerous chance so far. And now they'll push it down deep to Pinch again, who will cover it up, and a couple of sticks get up high. Nothing worse for wear on that one, thankfully, and we will have another stoppage in play here. We're just a few seconds after that last face-off. Paige Zimmer knocking it around the face-off dot a couple times around with Juliana Bateman, I believe, as they both tied up, and now the Jags are able to come up with it, and they're going to try and force it to the near side. That'll be picked up there and fired to the far side point, but it comes out, and Bully will get it over to Tufton. These two have been a regular fixture on the power plays for the Knights, and obviously they're looking to help their team right now. This one's going to be Tufton picking this one up. That'll go back over there, and it will be held up here to the near side for Tufton now as she'll get it to the boards and work back into the middle of the ice. Cut back by the Jags, and it'll come into the middle once again. Picked up by Zimmel. Zimmel will carry in here, fire the shot, the save made by Pinch. And with 12:54 to go here in this third period of play, they'll ice the puck length of the ice with 10 seconds remaining here in this third period. This one winding down a lot faster than I think I wanted it to, as I would love to see this one go a longer while, but at the same rate too, I don't want to curse nobody in this game, so we'll just see what happens at the end of regulation. 3-0 the lead for the Jaguars as the face-off will come back in the Knights zone. We are 12:38 remaining in regulation, as I mentioned. Little tie up there from a couple of Knights players giving each other instructions as they go off. This will be a face-off now for the Knights as they continue to battle here and get to the near side or far side boards, end boards as they battle. And a couple of Knights players, Knights and Jags players tangled up there. They were pulling on each other's jerseys, trying to get free from each other. 12:22 to go as the play continues on, as this one will be cut off there and worked by Jose as she will look to get to the far side. She does. And now an entry for the Knights as they'll fire it in on net, and Pinch will direct that into the far side. The shot fired, blocked in front by the Jags, and it'll come back the other way. This one worked here now by Zimmer. She couldn't get it free, and Barry Rosechuck out of the box and onto the attack. Once again, the puck bounces in front a few times by Chris, and she will finally swallow it up with the glove and stop that one. 11:48 to go here in this third period of play. And I just want to see both my camera guys' shots. The wide shot here from Riley. The closer up shot there from, ooh, that was me hitting your cord. My apologies, Matthew. That was, yikes. I got to be careful where I'm moving here as I almost took out the broadcast. Don't worry about me. Hey, I'm almost out of trouble here. Almost out. As here we go, this one will be played ahead by Samantha Holt. She'll get it down the length of the ice. That'll be an icing call, and Pinch will wave it alongside the linesman with 11:31 to go here in this third period of play. Budsy, how we looking? You can't hear me. You're just looking at me like this guy's crazy, and that's exactly, I'm looking. Oh, no. I'm not saying anything serious. I'm good. I'm just messing with my technical directors here for a brief moment as we skated down for the face-off in the night zone. Got to make sure they feel included in the broadcast as well. I've made sure my camera people have been, and obviously Carter over there watching the equipment as we've got half the equipment loaded. Obviously the Rink 2 equipment loaded, sorry, I should say. Loaded as we got to get out of here and scramble out as soon as possible on a Sunday evening so as we can go all on with our lives and get ready for another work week, a short work week this week. It is Good Friday on Friday, so for me, I've got Monday booked off. I got a 3-day work week. How often do you have a 3-day work week? Raise your hand. I imagine not too many of you back at home do. It sounds like tuning in from all across. There's good reason you're tuning in. You're hard at work this weekend, making sure you're able to make everything happen at the end of the day, and that's kind of what these girls on the ice are trying to do here this afternoon as they continue to battle in a 3-0 game for the Jags with 10:50 to go here in this third period of play. Sylvester fires it in, and now an opportunity to clear out for the Knights. They do. They make the simple pass up to Riley Zimmel. She'll get it up, and she continues to skate here into the offensive zone. She's skating around, battling there, and can't seem to come up with it. For a free opportunity is Soraya Thompson. So now the Jags still battling that puck to get it out, though. We'll work it here, and Rosa Chuck will make a simple pass out of the zone, and that brings Abby Metruis back the other way. She'll fire the shot. It's off of the skates of Dury, and then the rebound there from Metruis as well goes in this time to the glove of Abby Chris, and we've got 10-11 remaining here in this third period. You can see it in my crew. They're working their shoulders. They're stretching everything out. It's been a long weekend. I led stretches for my crew on Rink 2 this morning just so as we could maybe get through that one. And oh my, am I ever glad we did the stretches, because I had to get up and get going quite early in that game. It was a beauty in that semifinal, and so far this one's been just as fun here in the gold medal game. The Jaguars lead 3-0, but the Knights poised to break through at any moment, it seems, as they have been all game. As I said, in a gold medal game with as much time remaining as we do, all it takes is one to change the complexion of this game. This one fought back there by the Knights. Name will come off this puck, and she will look to fire it in. She does now along the boards. It escapes the linesman's skates. And we've got 9:30 remaining here in this third period. 9:30 is about the time I'll be getting to bed tonight, I promise you that. As Sierra Nuttall skates around the zone. She'll go back to the point. The puck played there by Krawchuk, and now cut off. And coming back the other way onto the attack is Ada Dury. The shot fired off the post. Just like that, another one goes by the wayside for the Battle River Knights. They've had 3 hard posts in this game. And I think a fourth one glanced off a post earlier on, a less dangerous chance, but still dangerous enough to hit the post. 8:56 to go. The Knights are that close, literally that close to being in this game. They just can't solve the iron. Tanton will fire the shot. It flips up on her last second. Cut off now in front by the Jags, and they'll come to the near side boards. Shot fired there by Holt. A heck of a shot right on through everybody, and a forced save for Ava Pinch. This one worked to the middle, and here comes Faith Donovan back the other way. Donovan will work, battle in there for the front of the net. Tanton couldn't get it going. This one will be worked now at the point again by the Jags. They'll fire the shot. The tip goes wide of the net, but it completely changed directions, going from left to right. This one worked now. Another shot for Donovan. Fires just wide again. Rebound in front. Chris, the denial. With 8:08 to go in this third period. My goodness. We have been treated to some glorious chances over the past minute and a half. And both teams can't solve, whether it be their nemesis, the iron for the Battle River Knights, or whether it be Abby Chris in net for the Lakeland Jags. So that's where we sit with 8:08 to go in this third period. We're coming down to the finish here as a shot directed towards the net by the Jags. And the Jags know full well, I'm talking about 1 goal for the Battle River Knights, changing the complexion of this game. For the Jags, they know they'd be sitting a lot more comfortable here late if they could get the next goal as well. This one worked out into the middle of the ice. It continues to battle here, and I hear Matthew talking, but he ain't talking to me, I can tell you that much. He's talking on the headset over here, and now that would be Tufton battling that puck free at her own blue line. 3-0 the lead for the Lakeland Jaguars, and we're inside the last 7:30. Puck played to the middle of the shot as Zimmer couldn't get it off in time to force the puck through before it was blocked. 7:20 remains here in this third period. The puck comes back down low as the Knights continue to battle, taking out Zamel. A penalty upcoming. This one will be worked along the boards. The Jags touch up. And at long last, I get an opportunity to take a sip of water. But I think, too, for the Knights, they get an opportunity to get that goal we were just talking about a few seconds ago. Take a sip and let's go. Sierra Nuttall goes to the box. And she's looking up at the crowd in the stands, shaking her head. Looks like it's possibly some friends in the stands there, because they got some number 18s on their cheeks and laughing alongside their friend going to the box. That's the beauty of this level of hockey, and any level of hockey here in Cold Lake is usually anybody involved knows the players on the ice and knows the people in the stands. So this level, though, we're going to have a little bit more fun as they smile at the crowd. Not really showing off. They're just seeing their friends, even though they're the ones on the ice. Brandon Anderson clears this one out, and here comes Tanton back the other way. She'll get it into the zone. Down low, and the Jaguars were forced to clear it there, all the way down, right on cue to the goaltender for the Battle River Knights, Abby Chris, who made the save, and it ties up along the near side boards. Tanton's going here, and can't tell, my brain's starting to kind of shut down on me here a little bit. Brain's starting to blank out a little bit more. Big hit there, no arm up, player down for the Jags. And that was a heavy collision along the boards. I didn't fully catch it, and it'll be on an offside. Whistled here for a brief moment against the Battle River Knights. Now they'll reload here on the power play as this puck flutters. This is a dangerous bouncing puck, and it lands right on the stick blade of Ava Pinch for a cover with 5:57 to go here in this third period of play. The Knights pressing for this next goal, and then they'd still need 2 more down the stretch. This one a face-off for Zamel against the Jags. Won by the Knights, but pushing ahead was Juliana Bateman to force the play to happen. This one working here down behind the net as the Knights force it to the middle. Couldn't find Soraya Thompson, was Riley Zimmel. This one now for Kaylin Brumwell, forces it in front. A quick stick there from Ava Pinch spells off that opportunity. Now a chance, fired towards the net, chopped in the middle by Zimmel, couldn't cut it through. And now back to the point it comes to Bully, who will back and forth to the corner. Now it frees up to Zimmel, who goes across crease, looking for a bounce for Thompson. Couldn't get it, and Thompson plays it astutely right back to Brumwell, who will play it in front. Now right in front again for Thompson. Oh, she was blowing up the shot. The shot from Tufton comes in. Almost hits the referee in front. But that one was a little bit of a disaster in front for the Jaguars and a chance for the Knights, but they couldn't get it going, and the shot fired there. Now down into the zone and whistled all the way length of the ice for an icing call. 4:44 to go here in this third period of play. 3-0 the score for the Lakeland Jaguars as we get set for crunch time. Inside the last 5 minutes of play here as we try to finish this one off in Cold Lake. The Jaguars up 3, knowing that they still probably want to add one more before they call this one a game. Barry Rosachuk, potentially the player to do that as she skates into the zone. She'll pass off to Bella Corey, who claps the shot, scores! I think that might have been in front. Sierra Nuttall getting a tip, if anything, but it looks like Isabella Corey is going to get the credit for the goal here unless things drastically change, as they're going to fire Corey to the bench to lead the charge. And just like that, I was talking about it. It's been my theory all weekend. Talk about it, and it will happen. And the Jags end up pushing through the goal as Barry Rosachuk able to spin off the check. She's been covered, double teamed quite heavily all game. And the slapper there from Corey finds the back of the net. And it's a 4-0 Lakeland Jaguars lead as we return to live action here as Vachon has the puck, getting an attack in here. Vachon will fire the shot. She flips up on it. 4:14 to go here in this third period. Bella Corey gets the goal, assisted by Barry Lynn Rosachuk getting the assist.
Number 11, Abigail.
This one works back, and Abigail Metros will as well pick up another assist. This one will work off the boards as they continue to battle here between the Knights and the Jaguars. And we will have a penalty upcoming or offside. No, we have a penalty upcoming. So to the box, a Lakeland Jaguar goes. That's number 15. We've got a number on the helmet this time. That helps note. Brooklyn Vachon will go to the box. I don't know how much the Battle River Knights would love a goal here in the first 10 seconds of this power play, as they would love to leave themselves as much time on the clock to potentially mount the 4-goal comeback. Obviously, I've seen enough of the Knights here to know that they aren't done, whether it be a 4-goal complete comeback or whether it be scoring a couple to make it interesting in the last dying moments. But Nuttall's able to free this one up off the boards for the time being. There, keeping it in was Tufton, fired around the boards by Thompson, and we've got 3.5 minutes remaining here in this third period of play. Down the ice it goes, Tufton racing for it. I mean racing for it. She knows what is on that clock. She's staring at it right now. She tries to play it off, is able to spell off the forecheck from Bateman. A quick, astute little, use the attacker as kind of a secondary passing option. And now it's to Thompson on the near side boards, but Bateman doing great work out there on the penalty kill, trying to force this one back. But now here's Thompson over to Zimmel. Zimmel fires the shot. Oh my goodness, it fires in front. Did that hit the post again? Shot fired again. Blocked in front as it goes wide of the net with 2:50 to go. The shot fired down, another opportunity in front, and the Battle River Knights just can't find a clean look. There's a clean look, and it goes wide. With 2:40 remaining and 50 seconds left in the power play, down the ice it goes, back into the Battle River zone. 4-0 the lead for the Jaguars, 2:30 to go here in this third period as the Knights continue to fight down to the last second here in this one. This one will go now behind the Knights net. 30 seconds remain in the power play. And they look to move this one ahead. This one will be turned over. Nuttall dance in the middle of the ice. She'll be knocked off the puck. 2:05 to go here in this third period. Worked back the other way. Now picking it up, Brianna Anderson, turning it over for the Jags is Krawchuk, up to Rosachuk. 9 seconds remain, and you hear the shoutouts. Come on, Barry, in the crowd here. I think a lot of fans obviously have realized what Barry Rosachuk has turned in this afternoon and would love to see her cap it off with something that we know she can do right there. This one's going to be knocked down, picked up here, and worked back. Shot fired down by Alyssa Zimmer. Now turned out there. Buck 30 remains in the game. And we get into that certain part of the game now. As Rosachuk will pick this one up in the middle of the ice. She'll keep skating. Blows a tire there. And I will not repeat what I think I just heard on the ice. That was a very honest, candid answer of what happened on that one. I will tell you that much, as Barry Rosachuk had blown that tire. Now this one will free up, and it's kind of crazy in a rink this packed how suddenly just something comes clearly through. And here's Rosachuk breaking back. Opportunity to the net. Last second poke check by Abby Chris. Diving out to make that one off the stick of Rosachuk. 47 seconds to go. No icing call as they waved that the Jags player slowed down too much. Bella Corey had a chance to play that one. I guess the ruling on that. And this will be backhanded back in the middle of the ice. 35 seconds to go here in this third period of play. And friends, it looks all but certain now for the Lakeland Jaguars. The question is, what will the final be? The Battle River Knights battled all game, and I mean iron after iron. That's the story of the game. If you were counting bars for the Battle River Knights, they would have won this game no problem, as they hit iron and Druitt beat Ava Pinch clean, but they are unable to score a goal in this one, as the Jags will skate it towards the net to celebrate the provincial championship. Back-to-back this year, 2023, as the horns sound in Cold Lake, and the Lakeland Jaguars once again get the job done on home ice. Everybody crowds the net, slowly skirting in the last few players, and the Lakeland Jaguars victorious 4-0 over top of the Battle River Knights. Here in Cold Lake, we've got our live cam on the ice, as you'll see Patrick Phillips' work creep in here in a matter of moments. And there it is, an opportunity to see that shot. Matthew doing a fantastic job on that one, and I want to make sure my crew knows how much this means to me. As look at that reaction right there. That is what we knew we could do this year here in Cold Lake, and look at the reactions on their face. They've won the provincial banner for another year. They line up at center ice, and you look at this. Everybody elated. You just see the smiles. You see everybody patting each other on the ice, and they are absolutely lit up to have won the provincial championship yet again for another year here in Cold Lake, hosting it 2 years in a row, and that's a pretty teary-eyed hug there between Nuttall, Rosachuk, I believe Sydney Desjardins, as they get set to walk through the line here. Another year down, another banner for the Lakeland Jaguars, the Battle River Knights. As I said, had it not been for the post-Saul game, they would have been right there, and this game would have been probably still going, honestly. Some of those great A-bars they hit. And it was that's the thing. It's a 4-0 final. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's a lot closer than any 4-0 final I've seen. The Battle River Knights battled all the way home to the final second of regulation in the gold medal game, but it is the Jaguars who will take home the gold medal this afternoon. Friends, I'm pretty sure I can just let the crowd carry you home from here. I don't need to add much more. This ain't my moment.
Hockey fans, how was that? First of all, we'd like to thank the City of Cold Lake for giving us the opportunity to host in this beautiful building. like to thank the referees for doing the great job that they do out here. It's tough being a referee. They get it from both sides. Let's hear it for them. At this time, I'll get the branch manager, she wanted me to call her S-Dog, to come to the ice and say a couple words on behalf of ATB.
I just had to do that twice. Okay, I'm not going to cry, you guys. I just want to say being a part of this weekend with you all was remarkable. I'm not a hockey mom, but this is phenomenal, and you guys should be so proud of yourselves.
All right, we'll get rid of some of the formalities here. Once again, give it up to both teams, right? Hard-fought battle, hard-fought weekend, right? If not everyone knows, both these teams play against each other all year, right? To have two teams come out of the same zone in the provincial championship, phenomenal. So, could I get, for the Heart and Hustle from the Battle River Knights, Battle River Knights, Alicia Zimmer.
Melissa Zimmer that gets the Heart and Hustle for the Battle River Knights in the provincial championship game.
Your MVP from the Battle River Knights, number 16, Riley Zimmer.
And number 16, Riley Zimmer, gets the MVP of this game for Battle River. Little pause in the action here as the host committee just figures out the last few formalities before we get to Lakeland's side of the action. So that will be...
Put that mic in that box.
Yeah, don't put the mic in the box.
So,
BJ doing a good job there.
Your hometown Jags, number 6, Miley Lacourcier.
And Heart and Hustle goes to Miley Lacourcier, who will get the Heart and Hustle here in this one. Big hugs there. Get the photo.
And your MVP from your Lakeland Jags, number 35, Ava Pinch.
And the MVP getting the shutout. I talked about the posts. I talked about everything for Battle River. Ava Pinch was phenomenal tonight as well.
Shane, would you like to say a couple words for the referee crew?
It looks like we'll have the referee crew come on out and discuss things here.
Everyone was respectful. We had good hockey. We had 3 officials that were assigned to this gold medal game. You get a whistle with Provincials on it. So we'll start with Xavier Halterman. He's from Lakeland. Ty LaFrance. Easy, ladies. He's from St. Paul and he's taken. Here we go. And our local ref from Cold Lake, Tom Hendrickson. Thank you.
Thanks, Shane. Once again, refereeing crew for the weekend, right? Did a great job throughout the whole weekend. Good job, guys. Now, for what we came for, right? We came for some hardware. So if we can have the captain for the Battle River Knights start the parade and receive your medals from Kyla.
We'll have the tournament chair hand out medals here. Let's get everything off and running for this tournament. Looks like, yeah, the girls will have to take off their helmets to get this year's medals. And the smiles because of that. I think that's one of those little brief moments where Even in a losing effort, you can smile about it when the medal doesn't fit around your helmet. We'll have the Battle River Knights line up, and the formalities concluding here in Cold Lake. We'll have the gold medal here for the Lakeland Jaguars in a brief moment. I'm going to leave you on the audio from BJ downstairs on the ice, and I'll be back to wrap things up here for the broadcast in a few moments.
Hockey fans, the Battle River Knights. Little side note before we get into giving out some other hardware. Just like to thank all the volunteers, sponsors, coaches, parents, like I said before, the refs. You know, a lot of work goes into getting this tournament going, right? But now Cold Lake's got a footprint, right? We should be doing this every year in Cold Lake. And now, without further ado, would it be your reigning, defending, female B provincial champions, the Lakeland Jaguars.
There you go, the Lakeland Jaguars going through, getting their medals now. And hats. Provincial champion hats here for the Lakeland Jaguars. See the looks on their faces. Another year, it's done again. I imagine for some of them it's the first time they've done it here in this level. I'm not sure how many are new from last year. I don't have a roster to compare against, but for some of them, it's the last time they will do it in their minor hockey careers. And that goes too for the Battle River Knights and the players they have aging out of the minor hockey system here in Alberta. It's been a wonderful weekend to sit here and watch it for some of these young ladies go out in style. Even in the losing effort for the Battle River Knights, they didn't go down without a fight. And they can at least hang their hats on that one, saying, we gave it our all. And that for the Jaguars, they know they did. They won the banner, they won the medals, they won the tournament, and they will, once again, capture the U18 Female B banner for another year here in 2023. And now, the aforementioned banner
Sid to come up.
Sierra Nuttall and Sydney Desley come up and skate to the banner. There's your shot. That's why we have 4 cameras, my friends. Beautiful work by my man Patrick Phillips, getting what is a memory to last a lifetime right there. That is the shot of the weekend.
Provincial champions.
And there you go. The Lakeland Jaguars, the provincial champions for 2023. You look at that. They all hug around the banner. And that'll cap off another provincial championship here in Cold Lake. As the hugs, the holding of the banner, waiting to take a team photo. And then we're done. As the Battle River Knights grab all their gear and figure everything out, I'm sure some of them will start heading off here in a matter of moments as the Jaguars will celebrate around the arena on Imperial Place ice here as a squad. But it looks like, in fact, what we'll have is a team photo for the Battle River Knights as well. And hold the camera following the Jags all around the ice. But that was a job well done by everybody and anybody involved in this tournament, that including the folks that sat in the stands all weekend and made this what it is. And the best visual in all of team sports, especially in hockey, that shot is what we live for in the broadcast world. And we've got it in front of the 4-0 scoreboard for the Lakeland Jaguars here in Cold Lake, Alberta. That is a beautiful way how to cap this weekend off. A little bit of directions from the parents. Hey, you don't win a provincial championship every day. You're not supposed to know how to line up for the photo. But these ladies, they're doing a good job of it. They've got the photo, they'll steer it back one more time, get a couple more rounds. They're biting their medals now. And there it is. The gold medal victories for the Lakeland Jaguars. It looks like they're going to have the ATV rep line up in there. A lot of snow on the ice. I don't think it matters. That'll just make for an even better photo. That is a live video shot on the broadcast right now. But that looks about as good of a photo as you're going to find this weekend to me. Absolutely wonderful weekend here in Cold Lake. I'm Tyson Dolany. You're watching on Cold Lake Ice TV and live on Dolany TV. It's my pleasure all weekend, my honor to bring this one home to you. I hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. For that, I'm going to sign off here one last time in Cold Lake. For Carter Simpson, for Patrick Phillips, I'm Tyson Dolany. For the cast and crew behind the scenes, Riley, we've got Matthew, we've got Logan. We had Brandon earlier this weekend, and we had a fantastic effort. And of course, I did this last year. It was a saying last year, the Leon to my Connor. And I'll use it again this year, Budsy. Nothing's changed in a year's time. In fact, I think it's only stronger. You absolutely make me look good every time we do any of this. And in the summertime, I'm glad I can make you look good. But this hockey thing, it's kind of my bread and butter. And you do a pretty dang good job of the broadcast, my friend. And as the Jaguars skate the banners across, I'm going to one last time say it. Thank you for watching Cold Lake Ice TV and Dolany TV, 2 passion projects of mine over the course of the past 10 years, all starting here in this rink 10 years ago. This will conclude year 10 for me. Thank you for coming along for the ride here on the 2 channels this weekend. Hope you have a good rest of whatever 2023 has in store. And I know it's pretty easy to get a hold of me, so if you ever need to get a hold of me, you know where to find me. Tyson Dolany from Cold Lake, Alberta, signing off. We'll catch you soon.